So, good afternoon, everyone. Today's topic is competency-based education. So, competency-based education, what is this new concept we need to know here? And what are the importance of this new education system? We need to recognize its importance, its significance in our society, which leads our students in a proper way that can be utilized for our society. So, competency-based education is a integrated education which mainly focused on our goal, in which it is go through skill and terminate at employment. That means the education system which proceeds with proper skill, which makes students able to grab a proper employment in our society. So, what is the main motto of our education? To develop our society with the intelligence, and we should be able to have a proper employment in our society. So, competency-based education is the integrated part of our education, which mainly focuses on the individual growth of students. Actually, there are two types of education system. One is the traditional, and the second is one of modern. In our traditional education system, there were different forms of assessment, learning, skill, and many kind of layer. But that is not importance here. In a new era, we need a special skill to develop our education system. So that's why we recognize a new concept by which we can develop individual students to their goal. Means students, we have to know, we have to check the level of particular student and enhance that skill in a proper manner. In competency-based education, we do not find a classroom as a pool. We need to focus on individual one. So, what are the flow chart? What are the requirements? What are the meanings of this education system? We need to see. Now, next slide. So, in competency-based education, we go through knowledge, attitude, skills, which all together forms observable and measurable performance, which leads to the transfer of knowledge in real life situation. It is very important to see here, competency-based education aims at real life situation. Means we need to develop such kind of things in ourselves that can be useful to solve the real life problem. So this is the main goal of our education system. You are educated, it's good. But if you are not able to take decisions of your life, you are not able to organize the things of your life, then what is this? This is not the things that your education provides. So we need to develop individual students in such a way that he could face the upcoming challenges in his or her life. So this is the competency-based education. Now we will discuss one by one these three kinds of things. First of knowledge. Properly, we see that in our classroom there are different kinds of the students are there having different mindset and different level of confidence, different level of knowledge. So first of all, recognize that what is the ability, what is the skills, what is the learning capacity of individual one, and we need to practice on individual one to develop the sense of skill to cover them all. If you go through at the same pace of your classroom, in a classroom different kind of students are there. You can't say that if one student has done the things that everyone will have the knowledge. We need to focus each and every student to enhance their skill up to limit so that overall results should be there. We are not asking. I think there are two types of growth there. First of all, what is your classroom's growth containing 42 students, and what is the individual average growth of each student? So mainly this education system focuses the development of skills or education of each student up to optimum level. So we need to recognize what is the knowledge level of each student and then make them equal to the classes growth. Number 2 is your attitude and then skills. Attitude matters here. How should I know that these students would become a singer, dancer or sportsman? We recognize through their activity, their attitude, their speaking style, and that kind of things. So, being a teacher, we need to recognize the attitude of each student, and whether it is checked, the attitude of students, what kinds are they? Means to check now what kind of attitude are supporting for that student, what kind of things he can do in their life. So we need to check that attitude. The third one is their skill. This is very important. In national education policy, it is mentioned that our education system should be skills based, because skill based education may have good employment rate. Right now we see that many educated people are not having employment, so it's a big challenge for our country. So this problem can be sorted out through new education policy, which contains the third skills. Skill is very important. From the age of 6 to 8, we need to develop the sense of skill in our students, so can he leads in a proper way and can become such kind of things like a singer, dancer, and many sort of things are there. Now when you recognize all the things, knowledge, attitude, skills, so it is to be checked that observable and measurable performance. That means whatever you have given the things to education or skills, so the students are getting your knowledge and skills. Means is he able to grab such kind of things? So this thing can be checked by some kind of formative assessment. In NEP, formative assessment is considered as the best tool to check the growth of a particular student rather than summative assessment. So by formative assessment, we can check the observable and measurable performance of each student. Again, you can see when the students will have such kind of things, they would be able to face transfer of knowledge in real life situations. Now, next. In this slide, we will talk about learning outcomes, differentiated support to all learners, meaningful and timely personalized feedback, and designing and delivering authentic assessment. Anybody can say me what is the main role of project? What we are giving to students by completing project? What is the main motto? What is the main role of project? Anyone you can say? What is the main purpose of project? We give project to each student to complete at home. So what is the main role of project?
Show the creativity.
Actually, the main purpose of project is that to develop such kind of skill in which is lacking there. Suppose one student is poor in maths, so you should give such kind of project in which he can do the things related to maths. So he would develop the sense of mathematical operation and he would be able to do this. So through the project we can assess his learning capacity, learning growth, learning outcomes. So we will start from here. Differentiated support to all learners. You cannot treat same kind of test for each student. You better know that each student having different skills. Then how one individual test or one kind of assessment will be useful for that individual. Actually, we need to differentiate support to all learners. You need to give a personal or specific attention to each student to develop their learning capacities, learning abilities. So this is the differentiate support to all learners. I remember things here related to differentiated support. Guru Dronacharya was giving education to all Pandavas, but he was mainly focused on Arjuna. Why? And he gave different kind of skill education to all five Pandavas. He didn't give same education like to throw javelin to all Pandavas. No. He knew that each Pandavas had different capacities to grow their skill. So on recognizing their abilities, their skill, he made him develop such special kind of skill like throwing javelin, Gadar, war, and the archery. So this kind of things he made him develop. So differentiated support to all learners is necessary if the learning capabilities of the students are different. So we cannot give the same project to all students. We need to recognize what are the demands for each student. So we should concern it. Now, meaningful and timely personalized feedback. Feedback is very important. Feedback is such kind of things from which we can assess all kinds of development, like in arts, in crafts, in dance, in drama, in your academic. So these all kinds of things can be assessed by time to time through a feedback. Feedback is necessary. It develops a sense of confidence in a particular child. Designing and delivering authentic assessment. Designing and delivering authentic assessment. So here you need to design. I'll take example here. Suppose you are giving some kinds of project to students. Okay. So each students will have a sense to design such kind of things. Such kind of things means here our student is good at painting, drawing. So we need to develop such kind of things so that we can develop their skills in a local way. So authentic assessment is here. Now say next slide. Learning outcomes we see for stage in 2017 and 2019. So what are the learning outcomes? The main question is that what are the main differences from our traditional education system and competency-based education. Actually, competency-based education make you able to come in the world order level. If you are teaching here, so competency-based education will make us to come in the level of world order teachers. So to do such kind of things, we need to foster competency-based education. Similarly, for our students, if we develop the education's knowledge through the competency-based education, so he would be able to be in the world level order. He would have the skill to face upcoming challenges. Means we are making students able to face the upcoming challenges. So this is the main outcome of our competency-based education. Next slide. So in national education policy, it is covered also. We need to see what are the pros and cons in this competency-based education. Flexibility in selecting subjects. Means students can opt their subject according to his or her choices, not by pressure. If one student wants to have the study of accountancy or maths, he can opt. But right now it is compulsory that if you are the science stream, you need to take maths, biology, chemistry, such kind of thing. But in our new education policy, it is not mandatory. You can have chemistry with history. It's your choice. So this kind of flexibility is there in competency-based education. Focus on proficiency, languages, scientific temper, creativity, innovation, art, aesthetics, health, nutrition, fitness, wellness. So if a country would conduct research at large scale in different universities and colleges, means you can know how much growth will be there in R&D sector and where our country can be. So the main things here that we have to develop the scientific temper, research temper in individual one, so that it will bring the knowledge applicable in our society. Ethical and moral reasoning, gender sensitivity, citizenship skills, and resource conservation. Ethical and moral reasoning. So here, sir, education without ethics is useless. If I am educated, I am unable to have to develop ethics in our society. So what people would say here, you are being educated to do such kind of things. So ethics is important here. Ethics is your boat in which you can pass your river through applying your knowledge as a passion. So ethics is very important here. Ethics would make you have the sense to develop such kind of things like education, skills, temperament. Current affairs and knowledge of critical issues. Even right now, many students doesn't know who is the Chief Secretary of Education or who is the Education Minister of our state. So this kind of things will not happen. We make him know the things related to our current affairs. So current affairs and knowledge of critical issues is very important. You have to be familiar with the current affairs, current situation, current affairs. It will have additional knowledge in our science. Now, mathematics and mathematical thinking, data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. This is the upcoming knowledges which bring us equivalent to our world order knowledge system. Means we need to analyze, we need to know the knowledge of data science, which is the most important thing developed in the robotic science. In robotic science, the upcoming generation would be focused on such kind of things. So students having data science knowledge, you can think how much it would be prosperous in this country. Again, artificial intelligence, upcoming things here, upcoming challenges, developing many kind of things, and machine learning. So these all things are there over competency-based education, which also covered by national education policy. Now, strategies for competency-based education. What challenge is what? How to apply this education system in our school, in our society. So, first of all, we will focus on curriculum and textbook. Textbook to facilitate discussion, analysis, and application. Practice-based internship with local vocational experts. Focus on developing moral ethical values. Basic training on disaster response, first aid, health, nutrition, and hygiene, and high quality bilingual and teaching learning material. So first of all, we will focus here. Practice-based internship with local vocational experts. Make students able to do the things with experts. Many scientists work in the research lab with the project assistant. So project assistants, what is the role of project assistants? Would develop. So that I am saying, the bilingual high quality languages and English and teaching learning material. It is also covered in our national education policy, in which it is mandatory to have child language facility. Basic training on disaster response, first aid, health, nutrition, and hygiene. These are the things in which we need to make students aware how to tackle basic trainings, trainings on disaster response, how to respond when earthquake comes, when response, when some kind of disaster will be there. So this kind of things must be taught to the students. Health, nutrition, and hygiene. It is basic things we need to develop, and for the students to be important. Now, way forward. In this section, we will see development of skills and competencies. Content and competencies should be presented in a way that I have discussed here. Training teachers to adopt pedagogy, promotion of life skills along with the curricular goals, parameters of rubrics for assessing competencies, and assessment to be based on learning outcomes. So these are the things we will discuss in the next training called foundational growth of our academy. So that's all. Talking about